Each week, Val and Amber make royal predictions and track breaking news headlines. December 6th, Val spots the South Node, a symbol for purging.
It's a flood of data. What? It looks like somebody's purging data.
February, a king purges data. January 24th.
And wow, it seems financial. So, fire and water, this is steam, maybe it's a steam engine or something like that.
2 weeks later.
New industrial revolution. One on par with the invention of the steam engine.
And a few days later.
This is terrifying. Valve has pulled a new Steam game and issued a warning to warn players that they think that there is malware in the game.
Welcome to Royal Revelations. I'm astrologer Val Evans. Thanks for joining me. It is Friday, February 21st, and Amber, Taurus Moon Tarot, will be making predictions, and we're focusing today on world headlines, the UK, and of course, the royal family. Even if you don't know anything about astrology, you'll love how we break down the UK and world tabloid headlines every Friday. 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. GMT. So hit the subscribe button to get your weekly notification. And if you're new here, we show you how to make your own solar return predictions by teaching you all about the solar return and how it's reflected in celebrities' charts. You want to find Amber on YouTube? She is at Taurus Moon Tarot 761. And I have got a great show coming up. I believe we're going to go for Monday. It's Monday afternoon. Bolt the Door. There's two more. The DA's Big Problem. Criminal defense attorney Bruce Kay will be joining me. And definitely check out the Secret Career Code and Forensic Astrology 101. You can look at your job chart and find out all these clues about your boss, your coworkers, everybody's true motive. Whether you're going to get a raise, how this job is going to help or hurt your career, things that are going on behind the scenes at the top level. So check it out, The Secret Career Code on Amazon. Hello, Amber.
Hi.
I wanted to go back for a little bit. We were talking about the South Node in, I think it was 2 shows beforehand. Yeah. And I didn't explain that we were talking about financial things, a purge, and steam and the steam engine. And I didn't explain it in the last show. But how crazy is it that we were hearing about the word steam and how there was a malware alert for, it was a game called Steam, but the channel was called Valve, I believe. Got these cards and the cards. What was the question that you asked when you pulled these cards? Was it the week ahead?
I actually usually just ask, what will we talk about today? So what is the topic? What will we talk about? Yes. These cards were so clear to me, repetitive with the Cancer card and then the Tarot Cancer card, the Chariot, which is about movement, going somewhere, a journey, a trip, and the Voyage card with the Sagittarius. So again, a voyage of some kind, moving. And then I saw your thumbnail about moving. And the 4th house is real estate. And your home, ruled by Cancer. So it's just crazy how it always comes up. And so I clarified the whole spread with, I said, what's the purpose of the move? And it's a whole family. It's a generational situation with the 10 of Pentacles. And that can indicate money. It's financial, repositioning. But the purpose with this 9 of Swords in reverse is to bring some peace of mind. It's like peace of mind, sleep better, more comfortable space, something like that. So it was kind of a big message.
That is amazing. Those were a lot of cards. What made you pull that many? Is it because you wanted to get clarification?
Well, 2 were clarifiers, but the initial couple of shuffles, they came out together 2 at a time. So I didn't actually draw that many. They just came out. I am wearing something very special today. I'm wearing sequins.
Okay.
I don't often wear sequins, but when I do, it is Val's birthday. So happy birthday
Thank you so much.
to Val.
It's hard to believe. Now we're
And cheers.
cheers. Yes, please don't forget to like. And also, I just wanted to remind you that if you're interested in a reading, there's our information. And you can also email Amber tarot333@gmail.com. So there are the cards. And so Cancer is home, fourth house is home, 9 of Swords. So you were saying, though, that that's something that could be good.
Yes.
Okay.
In the reverse, I do feel like it's, you sleep better. It's a more comfortable space. Yes.
Okay. Well, let's remember that because I've got another segment to start here, and then we're going to come back to that. But I have some things I need to discuss with all of you. This is my birth chart, and it is traumatizing. It is just, it makes me, I look at it and I'm like, how could this possibly be? It just makes me want to cry. But could it be true, since the 9th house means marriage, and the 9th house is in Gemini, that I could have a second twin marriage?
Whoa.
And I wanted to ask you, Amber, for your help because I can't do this again.
Oh no.
I'm going to ugly cry. Does this mean another marriage?
Let's hope the answer is no. Not a twin to that.
No.
Ooh, it is the Knight of Wands. It's something fun. It could be. This is a dating card. This is lots of fun. 5th house Leo kind of action. So
Okay.
It's definitely not a marriage card.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
But it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
And so funny because what you would do to get more information from a marriage was you would look at the Lord of that house and you go and see where that is. And Mercury is in my 5th house of fun. So you nailed it.
There you go.
Fun marriages. 9 of Swords reminds me of Catherine. Watching from Saudi Arabia. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Eleanor. So nice of you. I am a Pisces. I'm actually, you should also look at the planets that are right on your ascendant, if you have any. And that's also going to give you kind of a hybrid of who you are from the ascendant, from the rising sign standpoint.
Right.
And so I have Uranus right on my rising sign of Libra. So I'm kind of like a Libra Aquarius, kind of odd. No, unorthodox. That's what I want to say. Hello, Inga. Nice to see you. Yes, we're going to have some fun. But it's all, for me, it's all about fun. Jan, no, John has something else going on. Thank God, because I am not interested in dating. All right, so I'm getting off the subject here. And let's see here. All right, so that was my 9th. And so let's talk about omens and symbols for a second. I have been seeing quite a few. Have you been looking around for any omens and symbols lately?
Yes.
What are some of the things that you see?
I actually have sort of looked into feathers. Feathers, I see them often, and I track them in a diary. I have a moonology diary that I track. Feathers will appear at my feet or on my feet randomly, and then something sort of big, usually positive, will occur in the coming days. So that's something I've been able to track with feathers.
Wow. I remember when I was in Sadi Sati and I was almost finished this very difficult time. I walked out into my yard and there was a big white feather in the middle of it. And I had lived there for 6 years.
Wow.
And there were never any feathers. So I definitely saw that as a very good sign.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's one that I've seen and where we all have seen. This is Elon with a chainsaw. He was speaking at the Conservative PAC with the Argentinian president and talking about, basically what he wants to do to the government. But in the middle of it, his mother of his child,
Partner, right?
partner, ex-partner.
Mhm.
She sends out this tweet. Please respond about our child's medical crisis. I'm sorry to do this publicly, but it's no longer acceptable to ignore this situation. This requires immediate attention. If you don't want to talk to me, you can please blah, blah, blah. So this is kind of like an interruption into what he's doing. And so I kind of see that as a symbol of maybe they're really going, they're burning down the house right now, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
But it does seem like there could be an interruption. Could there be a medical emergency, meaning maybe a medical scare of some sort, something to throw them off a little bit? And I wondered what you might get with the cards.
I'm going to pull a card before I share what I just read within the past hour about, medically related. Let's see. This could be. It's sort of a no read. Even though it's the Wheel of Fortune, which is a yes card to a yes/no question. I don't, this is Neptune, Pisces, kind of, things you ingest, things you take in. Could be medicine, but it's small. It's very small, and this is very positive. So if it is, it's a blip. So perhaps the headline I read is just that. It's a blip, and it's perhaps something very small.
Okay. So it would be a blip. Is that the spy card that you get sometimes?
That would be the Page of Swords.
Oh, the Page of Swords. Okay. Because we're going to talk a little bit about spying today.
Yeah.
CR user, I'm married 34 years. Wow. He is 7 years older. I married very young. Just saying. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Magpies and robins for you, Eleanor. And thank you so much for saying that, CR user. Blackbirds or robins too. Let's see. I see repeating number patterns. Oh, Buckeye's here. Hello, Brenda. Yes, I know. I did that on purpose. And so thanks for noticing. Thank you, Buckeye. Let's see. Okay. Now, let me get back to this. And
yeah, it's interesting. He's holding a chainsaw and she cuts in.
She cuts in.
Yes, so literally.
So crazy. Yeah. And that's Uranus. Uranus, it's a sign. This is like Uranus is coming in. Yeah, you want to do stuff that's going to be fast, but it could be interrupted at certain times.
And she did it online. Uranus
did it online. And then what happened was some of the Twitter users or X users, whatever, said that she was being shadow banned, which would be Pisces. And so every time she would tweet, I guess he has a setting where nobody can see what she's saying. So I see drug addict looking celebrities. So people who look like they're shrinking. They all look like drug addicts. And I'm assuming you know probably who I mean. There are a bunch of them. And so it's like people are shrinking right now. And also leaks. The Austin airport just had something on Instagram, a big leak where people get in the ticketing area. Then I think also, no, it was Dallas. There was a Dallas mall that had a big leak and they were filming. So, and you see lots of people filming Neptune, the leaks. Yeah. So sometimes that can be a good thing though, because what kind of leak are we talking about? Are we talking about a pipe? Are we talking about somebody who's taking a chainsaw to a pipe? Right. But what's going to happen? There are going to be a lot of leaks. We're going to be getting secrets that are coming out that we never knew before. Yeah. So that I think will be very interesting. Now, a lot of people are talking about how this time period is reminiscent of, oops, sorry about that. I don't know what's wrong with this. Did you hear me when I was talking?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this is, there are two charts. One is from 1940. One is this month. And you can see in 1940, there was this big stellium in Taurus. And Taurus means the Jewish faith. And it's a very mystical point of the zodiac. And so here we go. and Uranus was at 25 degrees in 1940. This was about a year into World War II. And not only do you have Jupiter, a lot of Jews, but a lot are very, very scared. Saturn is to be scared. And so when you have Saturn in a zodiac sign, it's kind of the sadness of that sign often. So, if, for instance, right now with Pisces, Saturn is now in Pisces. So maybe I think spies are probably scared because you've got two main superpowers potentially joining forces. And what's going to happen to all the spies? So they're scared. We have influencers that might be sad because some of them may not be able to speak. You talked a lot about censorship. And so that could be coming in to the dialogue here. Who can say what? And so influencers are stopped. And there could be also, remember, Luigi is coming into the eye now with his pretrial hearings. And so we're going to be talking about insurance, and it's sort of like the sadness of the insurance industry.
Yeah.
So, so Uranus, keeping in mind, is at the end of Taurus. Here, right about now, it's back and forth on this very difficult degree, Algol, which is the devil. And let me see here. I didn't do that right. But so what's happening here, I call this World War II energy when you've got stuff up here. And you can see that there's a sextile here. And it goes to Saturn, which means to return. We are returning back to World War II. And Mercury means to speak about it. So there are a lot of things that are happening with regard to fear and talking about things they're very, very scary. It is not necessarily. I don't think it's as close to World War II as we think it is, but there is something that is twinning about it for sure because of Mercury. But it goes fast. Mercury's gonna come in there. It's gonna go back and forth though.
Every time I see Uranus Taurus, I always think of a shaky ground, literally a shaky ground. Yeah,
exactly, on shaky ground, and
which can be scary.
Yeah, as it moves through each sign, that's a risk of having things shaken up.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. Now, one thing, you talked about, before we get into this, you talked about food poisoning.
Yeah.
And so that's also a trine with Pisces is poisoning. These are the Jewish people. Remember before it was chemicals and gas. Uranus is the third gaseous planet. So there is gas involved with Uranus. And you correctly called with food poisoning. And I'm going to show that real quick, and then we'll get back to it because I think we're not done with that yet.
On this larger scale of is there going to be something around food poisoning? We get the notice and it's don't buy this brand. These are removed from the shelves. There might be something coming out about spoiled food, not good food, not good for you.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking from that is that there's a lot of revenge coming up. Okay. And is it possible that someone who is maybe considered a bad guy is going to be poisoned? That's a question I have for you.
That's interesting. Let's see. The devil. Well, there's a bad guy.
Whoa.
This is about, addictions to things that you ingest, drug addictions. So there's a drug element. I want to clarify it though. The tens are always the end of something. And, after this 10 of wands, you sort of collapse. This is like a collapse of an addiction or the devil. I knew if I had the 7 of cups or anything Neptunian, this is the poison card. And I think this was part of the read that you just shared from a couple shows ago. It makes me think of The Princess Bride, where they trade the cups and he's doing this sort of mind game and which one has the poison. It's this kind of feeling.
Oh, yes, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but with, Saturn yeah, I did. It's like the fear of the spies. So
Mhm.
there are a lot of people the problem with coming in and I mean, I think of it like a house and just cutting all the pipes and starting new, is that there's a flood of things, and
Right.
this could be information, it could be everybody's running everywhere, and nobody really has much allegiance. Also, keeping in mind too, Saturn represents Capricorn,
Mm.
and so Capricorn is the government. So
Mhm.
what is Saturn? It's like the government. So government disappears.
Yeah.
Government people who are losing their jobs, they're emotional. There's a lot of emotion. So
Yeah.
Joy,
Well, and this devil card is the Capricorn Saturn card.
yes.
And you could think these two people are tied to this. They're tied and bound and can't escape. So if someone's breaking free from government or being cut loose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Angel inconceivable. Right, World War II shortages in 1940. I'll bet you there was some stories about some poisonings back then. Uh, Debbie said, "My marriage ended in 2006 and had difficult couple of relationships and just decided to be alone for a while." I know a lot of us feel like that.
Yeah.
Um, yes. And Angel, you're right about that. A lot of people are talking about that and, the red hats. There's always red involved. Like what's weird is the opposite side was the McCarthy era. And so they were talking about no, maybe that is an opposite. They were talking about the Red Scare. So there's
Oh,
always some kind of Red Scare. And what's so weird is as soon as World War II, everybody's like finally exhausted from this war.
yeah.
Um, it ends in 1945, and then all of a sudden the Cold War starts, and
Mm.
everybody's scared about that. So there's
Yeah.
always something to be scared about. Gibson, glad you could make it. Well, thank you so much. And thank you to all who watch us on replay too. We really appreciate it. And also the people who wrote in this past week saying where you're from. So we really appreciate that too. We're going to be doing the chart for this week, 23rd. 23rd. And so what do? We look at midnight for every Sunday, and we look at the predictions ahead that these charts can give to us. So we're still in Scorpio. We're still in a Scorpio rising. This can, every sign has its positives and negatives. And so the positives are deep research, deep secrets, psychology, other people's things. Often you'll see very wealthy people who do really well because they're selling other people's things, like maybe an eBay or somebody like that. It also means adoptions, which can be very positive, and real estate, always real estate. So that's on everybody's mind, especially a couple of people who are heads of state. We are going to look at the Lord of Scorpio, and that is going to be Pluto. It's at 2 degrees, which is really interesting. If you were to start something, now isn't the exact perfect time, but 2 degrees is the best of the best of a planet. This is a nice time for Pluto if it wasn't squaring Black Moon Lilith. But first, before we get to that, we've got Pluto in a trine to that purging, that leak. This means a lot of leaks. So many leaks. Now, there could be leaking bad things too. It doesn't always mean good things. This could be a good thing, that there's a big purge of fraud, possibly. We don't know. We're going to find out. Problem is, in this whole purge, and an example might be like letting a lot of employees go. It's sort of like right away, you're done, get out of here, and no empathy. And that's that square with Black Moon Lilith. This is really evil type of energy. So we're going to be seeing that kind of theme, especially this week. And I was going to ask you, we're seeing it so much in the US right now. What about England? Are we going to be seeing something that has this kind of profile for England?
Let's see. It's like protected. It's definitely, this is my overseas card. So on the other side of the shore, we're peering across the pond. This, though, is sort of protecting or attempting to protect information around children. This or from the past, information from the past. So there's a protection there. There could be a leak, or there could be a reveal. I think in the positive negative, I think leak is negative. And is there a reveal of something?
Yeah. Yeah, and we're already seeing that too with the forced adoptions headline.
Yeah.
So that does involve kids. Then we're seeing the terrible headlines with the hostages that were taken, that were children, seeing them being carried out.
Could you see a leaked photo of Harry's children? And I know people have sort of been, eagle eyes on every post that, Meghan might be putting on her socials, but it's always sort of far away and it just looks like an image and you can't really, it's not like you see the child. But this, I would think, could be an actual leaked photo of his children or child.
Okay, a leaked photo. All right, so let's
that they're trying to protect.
Let's see here. We are in Pisces season, so it makes total sense. That's right, Eleanor. The Germans were producing poisons. So there's a lot of poison coming out of there. So much Pisces. And trafficking scandals in the UK. This is for the chart for any of you just joining us. We look at predictions looking at the event chart starting at midnight for the Sunday before the week. Oh yeah, good one. Gaslighting. Elphaz gaslighting said due to Wallace, it was political, according to royal historians Fenton and Lowney. Okay then. Okay, so now I have this little trio here, and we have the leak. We have trining Uranus, which is a very fast leak, a sudden leak. Okay, this is something really sudden that's coming up. Not like the US isn't already experiencing that. And there's a sextile to that Pisces. This could be an old photo of kids. So maybe, like you say, Amber, it could be something coming from the royal family, but it seems to be a photo maybe that nobody's seen before that is coming out. And then this is the big one here. This is the rising sign in a big grand trine. Actually, that's not the big one's coming up after this. This actually could be good. We like grand trines. And this has something to do with real estate, home. It looks like, oh my God, looks like it could be photos of a home. Maybe some, like, we're not supposed to see this. These are secrets that are coming out. These are secrets. And I need to ask one more question about this. What is the secret that's coming out? It's something that has been buried.
Queen of Wands. Oh, yeah. Knight of Swords in reverse. That is Uranus, Mercury, fast information dropping from the sky in the reverse. It's some information coming out, but it's around maybe a woman or, someone high up in leadership or the royal family.
Okay.
My Diana card. Are we getting more information on Diana?
More information. A leak about Diana. Okay. And that trine means that people are working together. They're like, you're going to do this? Okay, you're going to do this? All right, let's do it. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. Yeah. That kind of thing. It's a little bit of a team there, it seems like. Now, Mars could be let me show you here. Mars could be a police officer. This could be a member of the police. Let's see. Maybe somebody who's retired because of Saturn. And it's certainly a lot of remembering because of Saturn and Mercury. Mercury is what's on your mind.
Mhm.
And Saturn is remembering something when it's in a nice aspect like that. So maybe we're remembering something, maybe England is remembering. Also, keep in mind that Pisces means to sleep. You're going to see people sleeping. They're going to have their pajamas on. They're going to be they're going to be talking slow, as you know, because I'm Mercury in Pisces, so they're going to talk like me. Just like you want Mercury in Virgo, it's like boom, 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 boom. Mercury in Pisces, it's like we got to give some thought to it.
Yeah.
But definitely with Saturn in there, this sometimes can be older people. It could be even, maybe some, I don't know. I mean, Invictus Games, that's paralysis there, and that's up in the sky right now. So that can also be some things that are happening. Maybe even something good that could be. I think we would really want to see more. Yeah, we actually do see Uranus there. Maybe some kind of development with paralysis or something that's Neptunian. Okay, so this is one chart, and then we're going to get to the royal stuff. One last chart. This is November 2025, and this is coming up for Scorpios. Okay, and it's going to be in all of our charts. Well, maybe not all of our charts, but many of our charts in our solar returns. And so Scorpio is, and it could be Middle East. Sometimes these types of things are mundane, and we can see them in our charts, but they don't necessarily affect us directly.
Right.
But this is the bad guy's fall. And so I wondered this November, this is such nasty revenge. It's nasty revenge on nasty people.
Mm.
And wondered who that might be. I think I know. Could be kind of like the Israel, Middle East type of thing.
Mhm.
But could you give us some more information?
Let's see. Got the Billie Eilish song playing in my head.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh. Bad guy falls. The King of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. It is someone with a, sharp mind, sharp tongue, very smart, brilliant person with the death card.
Whoa, yes, somebody falls. The bad guy falls. I don't know if it's anyone in the news at this moment. I think there could be some scorpionic. The person has probably black hair
Mhm.
because of that. It's kind of the black hair that the Kardashians have.
Mhm.
It's kind of, there's no bad Kardashians, I don't think, but someone who's bad, because why is it bad? Black Moon Lilith is in there.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Mhm.
Jan, you said farmers protest ongoing in UK. Yes, good one. Yes, Eleanor, we're celebrating here. And let's see. Hello, Sue. Nice to see you. Elfaz, Invictus game was awesome. Trudeau gave such a moving speech. I love the support for the veterans. Hello, Heather. Nice to see you. And Jan, you said retired police officer UK Gary Waterman. Come on. Revealing strange stuff on royal corruption. Not sure if true, but loads of it. You've got to be kidding me. Waterman. And there's another guy that's in the administration, the Trump administration, and his name is Fisher.
Sure.
And he's
Mhm.
in the headlines right now.
Yes.
So, ugh, crazy. Yeah, Diana. Gibson, you're right. And maybe it's all coming out on Edward and Wallace. I think a lot of people are so worried about other things, they're probably not even going to care.
Mhm.
Um, let's see. It possibly could be related to Bunny.
Mm.
Um, all right. And thank you so much, Elle. So nice to see you. And okay. Yes. And Met Elizabeth is here. Great to see you. All right. So now we're going to get into the solar return chart for Catherine, Princess Catherine. And if you want to look at your own solar return chart, go to AstroSeek, pull your birth chart. Then you're going to go to the top right. Now you can also search solar return, and it'll go right to the solar return page. But if you do it the long way, you're looking at your birth chart, you'd look at the top right, and let's see, go to the last year of what am I trying to say? The birthday that you had in the last year. So it might be 2024 still. And then you click on solar only, that tab. So just a reminder, what Amber got was Sagittarius, Cancer. You got 9 of Swords, 4th house. And what were the other two?
The Cancer Chariot card and 10 of Pentacles.
Oh, the Chariot card.
Yeah, which is the Cancer card. Yeah.
Okay, so, and then it says,
Do you see on the Cancer card how it says the doula?
yes.
Yeah. I mean, in the natural wheel, Cancer's the 4th house, the home,
Mhm. The
mothers,
the mo-
family. Mhm.
Yeah, and then you said earlier the Voyager, and then 4th house roots. So it looks like there's a new voyage, but I think that this is a big secret. I don't know if any of you have seen this, but there are whispers that Prince William and Princess Catherine have already moved into Buckingham Palace. So I thought that would be a great first question.
Ooh,
Is
yes.
that even possible?
Let's see. Mm. Wow. I would say yes, this is an ending and a beginning. Something is done. That's a complete change. It's, going from this is over to this is brand new. And this is, a queen, someone in a palace, perhaps. And right behind her is a king.
Hmm.
And it's a couple. They're a couple with the Gemini card. And this could be 2 homes, in between 2 homes.
Oh, that's true. That's true. They had the little scare there where there were thieves, and I'm sure that rattled
Mhm.
Princess Catherine as it would anyone. So there could be another big reason that they might be moving into. Would they move into Buckingham Palace? I don't think. Wouldn't it? I don't
I
even know if they
don't
wouldn't.
know. Maybe in a transitional period for
Yeah,
taking power. I don't know.
exactly. Catherine's soul return. It started January 9th. We are now in between February 9th and March 9th. And once March 9th comes up, because this is a March prediction, we're going to be looking at Pisces here. This rules this house. Now, 3rd house can be outside, it can be the neighborhood, it can be the yard, and it can be brothers and uncles and cousins. But we have a really amazing mystic rectangle here. So something is happening with ease, but it's interesting because Neptune means a secret. So could this be some kind of a secret that's happening that nobody knows? The only problem is at T square. Somebody wants to stop the secret, and that's Mercury. This is somebody who's communicating something. It could actually be someone in the government saying, not so fast. Okay. There's a lot of things we got to do first before you think you're going to go and do this, this, and this. So there's a possibility there. It could also mean with Mercury this is a dark haired person. This could be a spy, a narcissist, someone who wants to, you get those types of hangers on that want to take credit for something, want to show that they're managing everything. So they have to be out front. It could be a courtier. So are they getting, is Princess Catherine and Prince William, are they getting trouble from a courtier right now?
Could be, yeah. And if it is, it's a woman, a close woman, someone that might be there a long time, might be a little bit older. This, though, sort of clarifying is interesting. It's like, are they giving information where they shouldn't? This is sort of an imbalance of give and take and sharing of things, money, misappropriations, perhaps.
Okay. And the 3rd house too, those are vehicles. So there could be something that's happening. The secret in the vehicle? Can you pull something about a vehicle?
Yeah, that Chariot card is a vehicle.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. That's probably, are you going to?
And I got the spy card to clarify it. That's like a tracker. on a car.
Oh my God, they're getting tracked.
Tracker. Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
on a car. Yeah.
Crazy.
Hmm.
Now, we have so much going on here in this chart. There's
Yeah.
a North Node in there, and we've got Venus, which is very nice. Usually it's very nice. But keeping in mind that right around here, this is where we are, and that is Aquarius. So this is a big, big change that they're talking about. It's over here. It's a big family change. There's a lot that is positive about it because that trine to the sun, yay! Everybody's like, "Oh my God, this is exciting." Could be about their Caribbean trip. Uh, but can you give us some kind of clue about the news headlines right now? It's a little different, I think, than normal. I'm not hearing that much.
Yeah.
What is happening with the news headlines? Is there something that's is there some kind of strategy going on
Hmm.
about the royals?
Yeah. Yes. That is a resounding yes. Someone is puppeteer, controlling the narrative. Clarify it. Yes, controlling. It's interesting. Controlling opportunity. So someone is certainly pulling strings. Yeah, interesting. This is king. I wanted to find out who it was. Someone with the money. Someone who has connection to the money, or control of the money. I should say control over the money.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the question was, what's the strategy and why aren't we hearing anything in the news? Is there something bubbling underneath, basically? Was that really what the question was? Oh, you lost me again. Oh no. Oh, well, I think everybody can hear me, but we'll just wait until you can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I wonder because you're in California, maybe there's a power.
The wind is really terrible today again. So it's kicked back up, and I wonder if that's affecting it. I don't know. But it's interesting. It's fine when we are side by side or you're sharing a chart, but when you bring me into focus and I come back, I can't see you.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll just edit it out. And so now I'm going to go back to the chart. And so we're really in, so this is February 9th, March 9th. We're really in Aquarius. Like there's something that is really positive for them. Very, very famous. So this is a famous change. When you have moon next to moon is fame, next to Uranus, this is a big, big positive, fast change. And the government is helping it along because of the sun trining. The sun is government, their sun cap, trining Uranus there. So they are getting help in certain aspects. Yet there's something else. Let me show you. Okay. This, you could see a T-square here, right here to Venus. This is a female with blue eyes. And Wills does not like this person. This is just coming out now. I did not see this before. But now this could also be jewelry too. William is not paying for that jewelry, but somebody's coming into the mix here. And it seems like people are, at least it's going to be on Catherine's mind that she can't have something. It could be something that has to do with jewelry, or it could be some type of friction with a female. And Venus for her represents the 6th house of work. He doesn't want her to work. Could also be her career. What are we seeing here? What is this Venus in Pisces? Could be a woman.
Yeah, it's someone with an ego with this. They could be a Leo. This is a Leo card, but it's someone who's a little bit arrogant. With the Sun card, more Leo. So blonde, blue-eyed, I don't know, someone with a big ego.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting. Elphaz, that's why we are keeping her around. They are finished without her. I personally do not believe she's the original. She should be scared. Her demise can be around the corner. I don't know. I don't go for these clone things. And so that is why you're out. Now, let's see. Rumors about King and Camilla being at odds. Yeah. I don't know about so much. I wonder if it's kind of like being tired. Now, keeping in mind, too, they're at the beach. They're in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So there's something going on simultaneously while they're in the Caribbean that they are having to kind of work out. I wonder why. Oh, here's a good question. Why did they go to the Caribbean? They were supposed to be at the BAFTAs, but they go to the Caribbean. They just got out of town.
Yeah. Oh. It's the reunion card. It's just to be together, celebrate, be with friends, be with your best mates.
But then what?
You know, they might take a little slowdown. This is about resting, taking things sort of slow, paying very careful attention to details.
Yes. Thank you, Plum Tart. I don't either.
Mm.
Are they really at the beach? Oh, can you ask that one?
Okay. Yes. Didn't I just say rest and recovery? This is like taking a holiday. You're taking a break. Time to take a nap on the beach.
Good. Okay, good. Yes, right. Jan always reminds us $8 million lost jewelry a couple of years ago. Cam and Kath were the last people in the Royal Jewel Room. Hard for me to believe. Maybe something around them. It very well. I mean, okay. Let's look at this one more time. There is a thief here. There's a thief in the mix, and the reason for that is because we have Gemini here, and it's in a square to Venus. This is a female thief of some sort. Now, I'm not sure if we know yet about this person, but I think we're going to see something here. And this person is probably going to be caught, in my opinion. And so this is going to go from March 9th to, no, I think it's probably going to go 1st of March when Pisces comes in. Yeah, so they're really at the beach here. I wonder if they're going to go to the beach again because that's next month. Yet, however, Pluto is sextiling Pisces right now, so that makes sense. They took off for the beach unexpectedly. So there you go. All right. Now this is the chart for the UK. So let's take a look at this. January 1st, 1801. I do not know why they have 12:01 a.m. as the chart time. I wonder if it's a mistake or something, but that's what I pulled.
Yeah.
And so this is January 1st. And so we're going to be looking at where we are in the chart right now. So it's between February 1st and March 1st, of course. So that's going to be the second house. A lot of talk about money. And we're also going to look at the Lord of February. So we're going to see where that is. And that's the moon. And that's also a home. And it means that somebody's moving. It could also be something that is very, very famous, famous person in tech. This is when you look at the UK chart or England's chart, you're probably looking at themes that are happening, not just with the royals, but also just world headlines and all.
Yeah.
But it does show, though, that Jupiter retrograde is in the second house. So this is a lot of money. It's a famous man. It's a famous husband. It could also be a teacher. It could also be an adolescent. And because that's what Jupiter represents. And so we look at the moon, which rules this month, and it's opposing Black Moon Lilith. It's in the 6th house. This is a big big shock. And it has to do Sagittarius. Let's see. Uranus, because it's a shock. And there's a person here in the 6th house. This could be some kind of a worker or something like that.
Immigrant workers?
Yeah. Yes, foreign workers, a
Yeah.
foreign worker. It could be a shock against a certain foreign worker, possibly.
Yeah.
But here's also something else that's happening right now in this month. The moon is it is squaring the sun, or this is all about government here. And so it's in this opposition with no, that's not a square. What is that?
Venus.
It's a square to Venus. And then and this is the quincunx to Mercury. This is something that is being talked. This is okay. Remember, Sagittarius is our tabloids zodiac sign. This is somebody who is writing something pretty shocking. This is coming out. This is about to come out.
Scandalous.
Yeah. Oh, this is scandal.
Yeah.
Scandal. And it's photos. It's scandalous photos because of the sextile to Neptune. Neptune is at the top, and going back on what you said before, Saturn is an old photograph.
Yes.
Old photograph. So can you tell us more about this old photograph?
Could it, if it's in Pisces, could it be a doctored photograph, an old photograph that's been manipulated?
A fake photo?
Like a fake old photo?
Yes. Yeah. And the reason I say that is because Mercury is in a square. And that sometimes it can mean fake documents, like a fake photo on a fake document.
Yeah. I'm getting hairy again.
I thought of Harry.
Getting hairy again. It's like, how much more? Please don't kick me while I'm down. You know, this 9 of Wands is just a tough, but it's someone with a thick skin that's accustomed to being kicked. So if it's around him, interesting, that Queen of Wands again. Queen of Wands to me does kind of give me Black Moon Lilith vibes. So if it's a female journalist or someone who is, you know, splashing this scandalous headline, might be connected to a powerful woman. And she could be foreign, from someone from outside of the UK. Yes. And that 7 of Cups again, we talked about that already. And it's the same thing. It's like fake.
It's fake. Yeah, I know. They are talking about releasing the documents. And then also, yeah, maybe there's going to be something fake coming out. We're talking about The Spy and the Thief. And that came out, I guess it was the title of a couple of shows ago. Yeah. Again, we are talking about, here's an old spy. This could be a spy that has dark features. Yeah. And it's in a square with Mercury. This is a thief, but maybe somebody who's coming out famously. This could potentially be a famous spy that is telling government secrets, which would be Saturn right next to it.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to see what happens there. Just looking at Catherine one more time, though, we definitely, there is a monumental month coming up in March. We did say there's kind of 3 stages, I think, that we have to recognize. And that is first that the family hears about news and makes decisions, then they plan, and then they announce. Right. So those types of different milestones can be seen in the chart. We just have to figure out which one is it. So I think that they're probably in the planning stage right now. Mm-hmm. And so we're not going to see the announcement probably yet. Can you give us a time frame when we are going to see a big announcement from the royal family?
Woo! Aries, which is coming up in
soon,
late March into April.
Yes. Oh my God. Jan, you said Princess Margaret made the choice not to marry Peter Townsend. She'd have lost her royal status. Oh, we're talking about
Mm.
Princess Margaret. And okay, so wait, Angel, you're saying no sound. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Louise. Thanks for joining us. I know, I do too. And oh, and real quick about this thing with uh, Megan.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember, but we're getting into the Gemini part of her chart, her solar return chart. And if there's a square, which there is, people are going to see you as a thief. And so
Ah,
that's what people are talking about, that she stole somebody else's brand.
that's
So, yes. It's not easy sometimes. And oh, a lot of people are talking about James Bond. That's right. Maybe that's another omen.
right.
Everyone's talking about James Bond,
Oh,
and they're talking about Amazon and how
yeah.
what's his name bought the rights to James Bond.
These are
So
oh, I did not know that.
yes, so that could also be, maybe that's something, a big secret that's going to come
Mm,
out too. Who's the
yeah.
next James Bond? We'll have to see.
Mhm.
But well, thank you so much, Amber. So
Thank
glad
you.
that we could get your clues again.
Yes. Have a great birthday.
Thank you so much.
Thanks
Thanks,
for your
everyone,
time.
and see you next time.
Bye.